Hey guys, it's Ali again, and for once I'm actually filming on my camera. I know, right? And I can actually talk quite loudly because the only person that is home right now is my dog. So, I thought a lot about what I was going to make this video about today. And when I was sitting in history, I thought that I would make a video on my top 3 favourite history related books. All the ones I've chosen are non-fiction, mainly because one of them, my history teacher. The 3 ones I've chosen don't really have an order, like there's not like a top favourite one. So without further ado, these are my top 3 favourite history books. So it's Joan of Arc, and yeah. And it's written by Lili Wilkinson, and I met her at school. That we used to have like this breakfast where the library would get about 5 authors, all Australian generally. I think we had one American once who lived in Australia now. But they're all Australian, and then they just talk about the books they write, and you can buy them from the library that day. They sign it and everything. So yeah, I really liked it because I learned French at school, and I really thought that Joan of Arc was an interesting person. So if you guys don't know who Joan of Arc is, she was a French, for lack of a better word, she was a soldier. She didn't act, I don't think, I may be wrong, but I don't think she killed anyone during battles or anything. She was, yeah. But she basically fought alongside the French, because obviously she was French, against the English in 1412. So quite a long time ago, but she was burned at the stake at 19. So that's Joan of Arc by Lili Wilkinson, and I think that if you're interested in French history or just Joan of Arc, that you should really read it. It's pretty easy to read because it's not all like massive paragraphs. There are quite big paragraphs, but they're like put into things like that. So they're like, it's got like the title, and it will say, for example, this one says battle, and then it like explains what that's about. So yeah. The second one is quite a bit bigger, like this one, as you can tell, is pretty thin. This one on the other hand is not, and my history teacher, who is my favourite teacher in all of my school, suggested while we were studying World War I in term 1 that I read this book. Well, she suggested it to everyone. So yeah, The Western Front Diaries by Jonathan King. It's not like, it, as you can tell, it's quite big. It's not technically by Jonathan King. It's basically like it's like diary entries and letters and all these sorts of things and postcards and photographs and everything from soldiers, well, from Anzacs to be specific. And yeah. And I have yet to finish it all because, again, it's quite big. But I think I'm at least 3/4 of the way through. And it's just, some of the stories in it are really, really sad, and I can't read that much in one hit because I feel really upset about someone, like, they'll have a really sweet letter in there to someone's wife or something, and then at the end they'll just say he was gunned down 3 days after this letter was written or something, and it's really, really quite horrible. But despite that, it's a really good book, and it's sort of, it's not like textbook, it's actual people telling stories. So yeah, that's the second book. And now for the third, where I found this one in the post office when I was going to post a letter to someone, and the line was like ridiculously long, so I just found it while I was waiting. And it's called Bad Girls and Wicked Women, and it's by Joan Stradling, something like that. It's Joan Stradling, I think. And it's basically got 22 of history's most ruthless and / ambitious women. I only found this like last week, so I haven't finished it yet because I have had a lot going on. But it's got like Cleopatra, it's got Queen Mary of England, who else? Chicago Mary, and all these other famous women who did things. Yeah, most of them, I have to say, are murderers, but not all of them. So I found quite a few of them interesting. I especially liked reading about Tilly Devine, who was Australian, so I found her quite interesting. I've always been a fan of Cleopatra, so she was another one. And then this one that I'd never heard about, Elizabeth Bathory, something like that. And she is terrifying, to be honest, but I just found her so interesting because I'd never heard of her before, and I am a history nut. I especially love World War I, World War II, and sort of like further back in history. I love Victorian era and Elizabethan, and I love the French Revolution. So, and they had quite a bit on that. I'm not sure if you can actually buy this book anywhere, or whether it was just something you could get at my post office, but you may be able to find it on the internet or something if you're interested in it. And I will mention all the books in the bottom bar with the authors and things in case I've pronounced their names wrong, or in case you missed. And my brother's just got home, so I'm going to have to go. Bye.